everyone, it's Amanda, and today I'm going to do my June TBR. So I have my basket filled up again, and I have a feeling that I'll be able to read more than what I have in here, but this gives me some options to read what I feel like, because a lot of times I pull other things out. I did already start this, technically yesterday. This is Mother's Helper by A. Bates, and this is a point thriller, point horror book. I used to read these so much when I was in high school. I loved them. I don't think it was more a junior high, I think. I don't think I read this one, but I started it, and it is so cheesy and fun, just like the old ones, but I love them because they're just so entertaining. About a girl who is a mother's helper on a romantic island, and something bad is going to happen, so I'm excited to continue this book. I also chose 3 by Ted Dekker. I have not read anything by Ted Dekker yet, but I am dying to read something, and I believe this is one of the ones that Janie from Bookworms Buddy recommended that I read. It just sounds really interesting. This man receives a phone call from a stranger who demands that he confess his sin in the next 3 minutes, or the car he's driving will be blown to pieces. So, sounds very interesting. And this is a Christian fiction. I like Christian fiction, and I'm excited to read it. Then I am reading The Dreaming by Queenie Chan, and I'm going to confess that I did go shopping yesterday, and I bought a few books at the Salvation Army Goodwill, and this is one of the ones I found. I was like, oh, that looks interesting, and then I opened it up, and I realized it's a manga. It was 50 cents, so I couldn't turn it down. It sounds really interesting. It's about twin sisters who go to an Australian boarding school. Some sinister stuff going on, and so we will see. But I'm going to read that. I've never read a manga, so that should be interesting. Janie and I, from Bookworms Buddy, I'll try to remember to link her channel below, are reading The Memory Keeper's Daughter at some point this month. I'm going to have to find out when she wants to start it. But this is by Kim Edward. I'm excited to read this. I think it sounds very interesting. It's about a doctor who has to deliver his child in 1964 because there's a blizzard, and they end up having twins, but one of the children has Down syndrome, and he gives little girl to the nurse to take to an institution. And it sounds really, really interesting. So I'm going to be reading this at some point. I'm also going to read The Red Queen by Philippa Gregory. I'm really excited about this one because I loved The White Queen, and I want to see what The Red Queen has to say, because The White Queen was really bashing this woman in that book. So I'm interested to see if she is as catty, or I just want to see her side. I think it's going to be really good. I wanted to get like a beachy kind of read, and so I found Best Friends Forever by Jennifer Weiner. I guess that's how you say her name. It's about 2 friends that have been best friends during, I believe, high school, the betrayal, and they kind of fall out. And when they fast forward to adult years, the one friend shows up at the other's door and needs help because of something that has happened. It says she has a terrified look on her face and blood on the sleeve of her coat. Something horrible has happened, and you're the only one who can help. It sounds really, really interesting to me. I've never read anything by this author, and it looks really good. I picked this one up at the Goodwill as well. I'm also going to read Coral Moon by Brandy Lynn Collins. This is number 2 in the Canner Lake series, and in my wrap-up I talked about the first one, which I loved. It was so good. So I'm excited to read this one. This is about Leslie Williams, who is a reporter in the town, and it kind of talks about what goes on in her life. This is a great series. I would recommend it. Even if you're not into Christian fiction, I would totally recommend it. I think it's really, really good. Then I'm going to read Caught by Harlan Coben. I had another Harlan Coben in my TBR in May, and I did not get to it. But I switched it out with this one because this one just sounds really, really good to me as well. I don't even really remember what it was about, but I need to read a Harlan Coben at some point soon, because I have almost all of his books now because I keep finding them and buying them. And the last book that I have in my TBR is Along for the Ride by Sarah Dessen. I wanted to read a Sarah Dessen book soon because again, I have a lot of her books. And this one is, I believe, a summary read. I think most of them are. And it's like a love story. I don't know a lot about what it's about, but I'm going to find out when I read it. So yes, those are the books that I have put in my June TBR. and there will probably be more. These are the ones for now that I've chosen, and I'm excited to get started with some June reading. I love that the summer is coming here. We're getting some warmer weather. My children love to play outside, and I like to just sit on the porch and read while they do that, and it's great. Thanks for watching. I hope you all have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.